everyone, welcome to Shondel's Studio. And I don't really have a plan today, honestly. What I really wanted to do was defrost some bacon, but I didn't want it to be in the sink for forever. So this is a really good cheat. Um, the only thing is, just like anything, whether if you know or not, is that when you defrost stuff that is cold, all these little extra bits come off of them, and they don't look so appealing, but I mean, you did it, so right? So I have split up a whole pack of bacon into two, and I have my second one on a really low fire because it's further away, and I just hit it every once in a while, turn things over. And then there's this one that I'm going to be using for today, so I put it on a low fire, but I'm in front of it, so it's still on almost like a 3.5 medium high. It was on like a 2, which is a very low fire. And I'm letting the fire break it up, you know. This one back here, because of the type of pot it's in, before I cut the pack in half, because it was way too frozen to do that beforehand, I had it at a medium high fire. I let the pot get really hot first, and then I added like a little bit of water to steam, so that with the bacon touching it, it wouldn't burn before like the whole thing could cook, right? Because that happens when you start from a cold pot. So always heat your pots up before you do anything, no matter what it is. If you heat it up first, when the food hits it, it won't stick and be weird and have a whole different process, in my opinion. I'm no expert, but it works better for me. So that's what I did with that. And this one is moving along faster because, you know, I turned the heat up. And my daughter wants me to make her potato chips. So you can see that one came off. I have one over here that came off. And so I want to use bacon fat in order to fry some of the chips. Now, I have dehydrated sliced potatoes that I did already. It's been soaking for about 20-30 minutes. I was doing other stuff, so I didn't mind the wait. And you know, if you've looked at any of my stuff, you know that I'm into that. If you're not, you know, you wash up your potatoes, you slice them with a mandolin, or, you know, use a knife, and, you know, heat up your oil until it gives you those nice little bubbles that tells you it's ready, and you fry. And potato chips, right? Crispy, crunchy. You take it out, let that oil drip, right? And you be all done. So I guess that could be a quicker process, but we don't use potatoes like that all the time. So dehydrating them works for me, because sometimes a whole bag, I could take forever to use it, and I don't want it to go bad, but I want them. So when I do want them, I have them. So yeah, and this is one of the popular ways that I use it to fry them and make chips. And like, yes, it's like French fries, but potato chips, and it gets her to eat them, because sometimes she don't want French fries, you know what I mean? So, chips, but it's still potatoes, and it's still hearty, and I'm still winning because she's eating. So don't tell her that though, right? Okay, so I'm checking with this stuff over here. And one thing you could say about doing what I did with the pot over there, with it, having it really hot, hitting it with about, I don't know, a couple of ounces of water. I put the top on it, and it broke up all of that, that it'll break down faster versus this is basically still stuck together and the fire is higher over here. So I'm thinking about pouring all of this in that, taking out some of them pieces in this, and you know, I mean, the whole point is I just wanted to defrost them and get cooking, right? So win, 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 right? And it still has to be broken up. Some of these are broken up, so I am gonna do that. And make sure I clean up these edges, because you know, it hit the side of the pot and hit the stove and you know, I don't want the stove smoking and all that. So here we go. And I'm using this so that when the oil is in there, it pulls down there, because these are already cut, the potatoes, so when they go in, they'll be flat, you know, and everything will be right there in the middle. And I just wanted to use it because I love it. All those little defrost bits in there. Yeah, these are almost all broken up. And then that water will evaporate and it'll just be bacon fat. You know? If you watch any of my other stuff, you know Mama loves some bacon fat. It's delicious. And it's free oil. I mean, technically you paid for it when you bought the bacon, right? So, not free, but extra maybe? Yeah, so there's that. So anyway, you see my technique for defrosting some bacon? 2 of them, technically. Low fire, very low. You put them in there, make sure your pan is really hot. Boom, watch it, it'll separate. Or you can add a little bit of water, throw your bacon in there after the pot is really, really hot, nice and warm, and you can feel it from your hand. You put it in there, throw the top on it, let it ride, check it while it's all separating. You'll see the little fatty extras over there, and that's okay. It's all good. Same thing happens with your burgers when you cook them, you know, especially if they're not fully thawed out. So anyway, 2 techniques to do the same thing, and that's it. I mean, you can rock out with me until this get crispy and stuff if you want to. You want to? I'll just do it anyway. How about that? And I'm just gonna say an early have a good one, in case this cuts out at some point. If you've watched my other videos, you'll probably see this on my stove. It's really, really dope. So here's what you do. You take this and you put it on the edge of whatever pot you're using, and you stick it up there like that, and you drain this stuff out. I don't use it on this pot, but I just wanted to show you. Maybe I could scrunch it in some more. Right? Ugh. There we go. And then you pick it up and boom. Actually, I might use it on this pot because of the bacon over here, but can you see that? Yeah. So you can see how when I go to drain it out, all this will come out. I don't have to worry about keeping everything in. And then of course I gotta keep that clean. But it's really dope. And I like it. So I just wanted to show you that. And this pot is hot. But when you got kitchen fingers, there's a certain degree of pain you're accustomed to, right? Yeah. So back to this beautiful kitchen goodness, right? Anyway, how are you guys? Y'all check on y'all people today? Say hello. What's up? You good? How are you? How's the family? You know? Maybe you can't change nothing in their lives, but maybe just that is enough. You know? So, check on your people. See where their mental health is. And maybe you can listen without talking, you know? And just give them an ear. We all need that sometimes. This one just didn't want to flip over. They wanted to stay half and half. I be talking to the food, y'all. Do y'all talk to your food? Because I sure do. I'll be like, listen, I ain't got time for the nonsense. Can you just do your job? I guess you could say, not I guess. Something else I like to do is if I get a whole bunch of meat, whether it is some type of ground meat or bacon, I either I break up the big portions, put them in smaller portions, season them, Ziploc them, so when I go to use them, I only have what I need. I don't have to worry about a whole bunch like this to have to break up and all that. I just went shopping the other day, so that's why I'm doing this right now, outside of the fact that I wanted some new bacon grease and some bacon. But that works for me because when everything thaws out, I have what I need. It's already pre-seasoned, or in some cases like this, already cooked. And then when I go to cook it, I'm not cooking it from raw to cooked. It's just thawed and cooked to cooked. You know, you get the shrimp and they'll be like, you know, cooked. You just need to reheat and it's all done. 2 minutes, you know, like that. So it's helpful sometimes, especially when I'm in a I don't feel like cooking mood, but I gotta cook, you know. So yeah, that works for me. I haven't always done that, don't get me wrong. I just started maybe the last couple years really doing that because I was like, something gotta give. Like, it was just way too busy with working from home, and then, you know, pandemic, like my daughter's in the house, and it felt like there was less time during that time than it does on our, you know, regular go out to work, go out to school, come back, blah blah blah. So I was like, I need new mommy skills because I felt like I was failing. I was just so tired, you know. So I started watching some of these moms on YouTube and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You know, just little things that I did in college that I haven't done or didn't think about since being a mom, because I felt like everything had to be, you know, done right then and there in this, you know, nice way or perfect way or whatever. And instead, these moms are like, yo, pre-preparing is your life's blood to making things a little easier. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, really? You know? So, that's that. These are fully separated now. So that's good. And I'm going to poke these to the side. Turn up the fire on that. And let that other stuff dissolve while it like semi-cooks. Ooh. It's about to start burning, y'all. When I say burning, I just mean pop, 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 pop. You know, that part. So, I know this is all about the bacon, but I kind of just wanted y'all to see, you know, because sometimes I'm always doing too much. And this is definitely not a good idea, because water meets oil means bad things for your skin, and it splatters all over and stuff like that. But I'm gonna do it. And yeah, so this potato has been soaking for about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm gonna do, right? I did it. I did it. It didn't pop as bad as I thought it would, but maybe that's because I shook out some of that water. But I did it. I feel like I did a bad thing, you know? You kids, do not do this at home. It's terrible. Your parents or guardian or whoever is in charge when you're in the kitchen should not let you do this, because until you get kitchen fingers, and kitchen arms, where you're accustomed to certain things, you should not do this. Because if there was a lot more oil in there, it would have been like, and whew, talk about the stove hitting you back. So yeah. Right? Because that oil is coming in from the bacon. Right? So I just wanted to show y'all. I think my next video will be after I do all of this bacon. But I just wanted to show y'all this one. And then if you enjoy this little demonstration, that you will come back after to see all of them. So you can come back and see me pan fried potato chips, y'all. All of them. Anyway, bacon makes me like this. Don't worry about it. It's kind of normal. Alright. So, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Make sure you check on your people.